Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen, and today we've got a reading for you with somebody who has maybe been a little bit foolish in their conversation. It seems to me like somebody maybe got a little bit excited, a little bit distracted. Maybe they weren't even sober, but some sort of secret or lie is unraveling because of, well, loose lips sink ships, right? So this is going to be interesting. Let's call it spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. I hope you're having a good day so far. We are probably going to have some lawn mowing in the background noise, so I hope that doesn't bother you. Thank you for the chuckle, upper echelon. I appreciate you. Hello, Carrie. If you would like a personal reading, my email address is in the description box below. All right, we're going to start with the Fairy Godmother Oracle. What else do we have? So we have victimhood and guilt. This is somebody who is telling a story or talking about a situation where there has been drama, and this is somebody who has, I think, probably got a pattern of this behavior, but they have framed the story up to blame someone else. I'm not the one. I'm not the problem. They're the problem. But then there's something where their story gets tripped up, and all of a sudden it becomes pretty clear that this is somebody who at least contributed to the problems, right? Because we have guilt. I think this is somebody who has tried to say that they were the one who got wronged or betrayed. And in the course of their conversation, there's something that slips out, and it's quite clear that actually they're the drama starter. Am I the villain? I like it. Hello, Key Controller. How are you doing? Hello, Dr. Strangelove. Hello, Bethany. How's your day? Hermit in the reverse and the Seven of Pentacles. So we have somebody who has invested a lot, okay? They have done whatever they can. And what I'm seeing is somebody who's like planting seeds, right? But not all in a row like a professional gardener or a farmer might. They're saying things to different people to try to get everybody to agree with them, to get everybody to see things the way that they want them to see it. But there's a problem here. The problem is they forget their own lie. They mess up their own story. They do something. Makes it quite clear that they've been lying this whole time. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that, Bethany. I hope it gets even better. We have the King of Wands in the reverse and the Three of Wands in the reverse. So what I'm seeing is somebody who likes to talk, probably a lot about themselves, and they're very animated, okay? I can't believe this person did this, and that they did that, and they're so, like, they're on a roll that they say something, and it's like they don't realize what they've said until they see the reaction of the person, but it's probably people. I feel like it's 2 or 3 people, and they realize they messed up based on those reactions. Like, oh, I didn't admit that I had done that, or I wasn't supposed to say that I was there, or I wasn't supposed to admit that, the reaction was based off of something I did to that person, right? Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Cups in the reverse. So what I'm seeing is there's somebody who has been gossiped about, somebody who has been lied about. Everything was your fault because this person, the Hermit in the reverse, didn't want to accept accountability for what they had done to you. And now this little Ace of Pentacles is for you. This is an opportunity because all of a sudden the people who maybe kind of bought into this person's story about you, they're now realizing, oh, Well, I guess that maybe I judge things a little too quickly, or maybe I shouldn't listen to just one person's side of the story. So we have Judgment and the King of Cups in the reverse. So we have something coming back on this person. The Hermit in the reverse is also the King of Cups in the reverse. They've put a lot of effort into getting people to side with them or choose them. And now something that they've said or something that they've done, it doesn't line up and it's making them look bad. Yeah. Kind of like a haircut from a lawnmower would make you look bad. Let's see. So Page of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. So they're all set, feeling like everyone's going to welcome them, think that they're the best, think that, you know, they've won, and then all of a sudden they're under attack. Seven of Wands in the reverse. They don't expect to get called out. They don't expect their lie to fall apart. Oh. These both mean failure. Ace of Wands in the reverse and Ten of Swords. So they failed because of their own words. They couldn't keep up the lie. They couldn't avoid adding on in a way that made it clear that everything was pretty much a lie to begin with. Hello, INV. If you don't mind making that just a little bit more obvious, I want to make sure you're not being rude to anybody in the live chat. So we've got Eight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups. They have done so much talking to try to get people to buy into this illusion. It wasn't me. I didn't cause the problem. It was all their fault. I didn't say anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't cheat. I didn't steal. I didn't whatever, right? So much work that they put into this. And I feel like that's part of their problem, right? What do they say? It's always the cover up. Temperance in the reverse. One of these things just doesn't mix. It doesn't work. Wait, I thought you said you hadn't gone to that party. Wait, I thought you said that you had gone to sleep. I thought you had said your phone had died. There's some detail this person completely quoted incorrectly. It didn't line up with that previous lie. And now people are like, wait a second, what? So you lie. And it's feeling like it's going to be one of those like breadcrumbing lies, right? Oh, okay, you're right. That did happen. But all the rest of it's still true. And then something else comes out and they're going to have to admit, okay, well, that was a lie too. But like everything else is still true. Sure. So Queen of Pentacles and the Sun in the reverse, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. They tried to keep this secret, but whatever they were trying to keep secret is now out. For many of you, this is somebody who didn't want to admit that they had been stepping out in a relationship or being disrespectful. They didn't want to be honest about what they contributed to a breakup or a friendship ending. It's always the other person's fault. So we have King of Cups in the reverse, Hanged Man in the reverse. They're freaking out. They lose their temper when they're called out. They don't really know how to be stoic or calm. So when things start to unravel, it's like they throw a little temper tantrum. But it's all because of them. It's not even that they can blame anybody else. It's literally just you tried to lie and you did too much. Have you ever asked like a basic question of somebody? It could be satisfied with like a simple yes or no, and they talk for like 5 minutes and you're like, so you really want to make sure I believe you on this one, huh? Wonder why. Hello, Peggy. How are you doing? Hello, Wichita. How's it going? Two of Cups and the High Priestess. And Star in the reverse. Yeah. Whatever secret they were trying to keep regarding a friend or a relationship, it's making it clear not only was this person the one who caused the problem, they made it worse by attacking the person that they offended. Way to go. How can I make things worse? I know. I'll lie to everybody about it and then be really bad liar so everyone finds out. It's great. Such a great plan. It's blowing up in their face because apparently they don't know what they're doing. Hello, Jess. How's it going? So we've got threatened, embarrassed appearances, and lockbox, closed in, trapped, and frustrated in the reverse. I don't think that's a chainsaw, you guys. Don't get too worried, okay? Hello, how's it going, Redbeard? Oh, you be nice to Peggy. Whatever they were trying to keep secret, it didn't work. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. Yeah. They look like a clown. And it's funny because I almost named this about a clown in honor of Johanna. But we've got like somebody who really felt like they were in control of a community or the perception in a relationship. Maybe they felt like they had closer ties. Maybe they felt like they could talk louder. Nobody would be able to contradict them. But the secret's out. They can't do anything about this. They ruined it themselves. So we have triggers and focused. Triggers is in the reverse. So they felt like they had covered up all the things they needed to. It's okay, I deleted that text message. It's okay, I didn't have my location on. Everything's fine. I blocked that person. Mischief managed, right? No. They thought they had it all figured out. They thought they were like conducting this orchestra of lies and everything was just like going their way. It's true. So we've got intervention in the reverse and projected in the reverse. This is somebody who tried to make it seem like other people were the problem. Because on this intervention card at the bottom, it says others involved, and it's in the reverse. They look dumb because they're the only one who did something. Now, is there someone who overreacted or something? Maybe somebody else might have, some need to apologize for, maybe. But this is saying I was blaming other people or I was putting the blame entirely on someone else. And the truth is, it was all me. I took the cookie from the cookie jar. We have projected in the reverse because this is something that somebody did or said in the past, and it's coming back to haunt them because, again, things don't line up, right? Well, you told this person you were at this place and you told this person that you were at home. Why don't your stories line up? Hello, Holy Yoga. How's it going? So now we have pressure cooker and retaliation. Ma. This feels like a reality television show. So you ever be so mad at yourself that you like spontaneously combust? Like that's what this person's doing. They're like, I'm mad at myself. They're getting heat from other people. They're getting asked why they did this. They're maybe getting blocked or losing friends because they retaliated against somebody who was just reacting to what this person did to them. They're not able to just like cast off this responsibility or accountability anymore. People are like, we know you're the problem. And I feel like they're losing friends over it. All right. This is the Black Tarot. Hello, Janet. How are you doing? I hope you're having a good day. You are the comic link. Goodbye. I like it. So we have the King of Wands in the reverse. Shocking. I tried to pretend like I was the victim. I tried to pretend like I was innocent in all this. Everybody else was the problem. And now I'm angry. Now I'm losing my temper. Now I'm losing my friends because people can tell that really what I was doing was just pretending I was innocent. Ace of Spheres. Nine of Swords. Yeah. Exactly what they didn't want to happen is what has happened. It's like if you've ever watched any reality television show where somebody is saying, I didn't do that, and they don't realize that there was a microphone or a camera, or like their ex walks in and somebody sits down and they're like, actually, here's this video evidence of you doing exactly the thing that you said you didn't do. So there's no way around it. This is like their worst nightmare. I said I didn't do this, and then here we are looking at proof that I, in fact, did do that. Hello, Ground Zero. How's it going? Nine of Spheres, which is the Nine of Pentacles. Page of Cups in the reverse. And Strength. Yeah. They felt like they could do everything on their own, cover, whatever this issue was, keep this thing secret. They're realizing that they are dealing with somebody or some people that are a little bit more intelligent than they expected. I feel like we have a lot of people who know based off their gut or their intuition that they've been lied to. So this Strength card seems to be about, I think, the person that they tried to blame. When you have two people that get into an argument, the way they talk about each other after that argument says a lot. I encourage you to choose the high road as often as you can, because things are much easier when you don't cause a big scene. If somebody wants to excuse themselves from your life, or if somebody has proven that they're not a good friend to you, I would resist the urge to cut them down or be as petty or retaliate, because it's a waste of your energy. It's a waste of your energy. You are worth more than that. This person doesn't deserve your attention or your time. And maybe it is some form of pettiness, but I feel some sort of gratification, or I'm proud of myself when I resist that temptation, when I know they're expecting me to return an insult, or I know they want me to engage in some sort of argument, and I'm just like, no, that's okay. Bye. Ace of Swords in the reverse. Dishonesty. Six of Pentacles in the reverse, or the Six of Spheres in the reverse, and the Seven of Swords, another card about dishonesty. The Six of Pentacles in the reverse is giving, you said something and it wasn't true. You've lost control of the narrative because you suck at it. Sorry. If you're going to lie, at least put in the effort, right? Don't add insult to injury by underestimating somebody's intelligence and letting that lie blow up in your face. Now, do I think that you should get as good as possible at lying? No, I'd rather you suck at it, because then people can see, they don't have time for you. This person, the King of Wands in the reverse, is meant to learn a lesson about lying and accountability. That's why this is blowing up in their face. It could also be because they have tried to attack somebody who is protected. So we have the Two of Spheres, or the Two of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. I mean, this is feeling more and more like somebody wants to save face and make sure that nobody knows they were rejected or nobody knows that they did something foolish. I don't know if it's because everybody loves this Queen of Cups. This is their ex, or this is the former best friend. This is the person they had the falling out with that they have tried to blame. But the more information that comes out, or the more people trust their intuition, they're like, you know what, that doesn't really sound like something the Queen of Cups would do. Please remember, do not get too caught up on the gender of the cards. This is energy I'm reading. This could be anybody, and so could the King of Wands in the reverse, because King of Wands in the reverse also came out as this chick. So this is, we'll remember that. This is the Golden Lenormand. Every once in a while, I forget what it's called and call it the Classic Lenormand. Oops. It is. Number 5, the tree, and number 22, the path. Yeah. Whoever I'm reading for, I don't feel like you're the King of Wands in the reverse. I feel like you're probably the Queen of Cups or one of the friends in the group. This is saying choose the high road, because this is somebody who will keep fighting even after they've lost, and it's very obvious. This is saying you've got more important things to do with your energy. 23, the mice. This talks about loss or even theft. So we could have somebody who has stolen from you, somebody who didn't want to admit that they, didn't pay you back. But I feel like this message is saying when you lose this person from your life, when you boot this person from your life, or when you block them, you get stronger. Your life gets easier. You don't have to deal with this person. So, toodaloo. All right, this is the Gypsy Oracle. What else do we have? Exactly. We have Lord in the reverse and Servant in the reverse. This is, for me, looking like you thought everyone would believe you. You thought everyone was beneath you. You thought everyone was willing to just buy into your lies. But this is realizing you are not king of the hill. You are not as in charge as you think. So I think they've lost some friends. I think they've realized that people are a little bit more perceptive than they gave them credit for. We have Hope in the reverse. There's nothing they can do to repair this. They have lost their standing. Gift in the reverse and Constancy in the reverse. Ugh. Yeah. This is a major loss for the King of Wands in the reverse, because they have basically lost their reputation or lost their community. People view them as a liar now. But there's also a sense that this is talking to our Queen of Cups energy. Yes, you may feel like this is a little bit frustrating, or it hurts because you wanted things to work out, or you had hope that this person would change their behavior. But this loss of this King of Wands in the reverse, it's not really a loss. It's providing space, or it's giving back your time and energy after you've been wasting it on somebody that you can't rely on. In other words, you deserve better. This is the Voyage of the Soul. So we've got Ascension and Journey. Somebody who is basically realizing that they can make a lot of changes in their life. It might require a lot, but they're happy about it. Sorry, I'm scrolling, trying to figure out if I've said hi to Carrie yet, and I can't remember it. So, hi, Carrie. When I do readings so close to each other, it's kind of hard to remember. And then we have Magic. Yeah, this is if you, instead of being a human, wear this actual balloon. You had too many sandbags. Is that what they have on the side? I think it's sand. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's Snickers in case you get hungry. You are the balloon, and you had this like extra weight preventing you from getting to the heights that you were meant to get to. So, yes, there is something that is a little bit stressful or difficult dealing with this King of Wands in the reverse. But as you address the situation, as you find a new, perhaps, community or a new situation, new relationship, things become easier for you. Things improve for you. So, especially for those of you that were in a committed relationship, you're going to have a sense of freedom or excitement that you've been able to kind of like distance yourself from this person, because it does give you back your energy and it makes it so that you can invite in a connection that is more respectful or loving. This is the Rider-Waite. What else do we have? So, Redbeard. Don't call my people peasants. They're pretty awesome. They deserve some respect. We've tussled before. Don't tempt me. The Sun in the reverse. 8 of Swords in the reverse. I thought I could keep this secret way in the corner. No one would ever find out. But the fact that this truth comes out is actually what allows somebody to cut their losses and move on from this person who's been a liar and maybe successful up until this point, but now they're not. We have the 6 of Cups and the Knight of Wands in the reverse. You were reckless with your friendships or reckless with somebody who cared. And as a result, you don't have those friends anymore. You have to like appreciate the people who are in your life. And if you don't, you will lose them. And this person never really seemed to appreciate those people. They just kind of looked at them as pawns. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse is joined by the High Priestess. So it is because of this secret coming out, it is because of their determination to lie about who they are that results in this loss. Maybe if they had chosen to be a little bit more honest, they could have been able to actually like work through these issues, right? Stop. We're not going to be throwing shade on people like that. The only one allowed to be judgy on my channel is me, Redbeard. I'm just reading your lives, that's all. But seriously, be nice. We've got King of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. They're upset because they felt like they had everything under control. They felt like they were like in charge. They felt like they were, you know, Regina and Mean Girls. And now everybody's like, looks like you're actually kind of a jerk, you know? So kind of feels like they're getting booted from a social community. For some of you, this could even be a workplace situation, but they have lost control over the people that they associate with. Those friends or those coworkers, they're not friends anymore. They're not supportive. They found out this person was a fake, a fraud. So we have the King of Swords and the 5 of Cups. I feel like this is you. This would be our Queen of Cups, the person who was lied on. And there's a 5 of Cups here. And I want to address this real quick because this feels to me like you still feeling some like guilt or feeling like you should have done something different. No, what you did is you gave space for somebody to ruin things for themselves. You might have been a critical element to this person getting their karma. But I want you to learn what you can from the situation and again, like cut your losses. So I don't want you stuck in this 5 of Cups worrying about somebody who was intent on ruining your reputation. Mm-hmm. Keep testing me. Three of Swords in the reverse and the Eight of Cups. It is for the best that this person exits stage left or right. I like left because it also means like they're gone. They left. Let this person leave. Let this person fall out of your life. There are better people that you're going to associate with, whether it is from a platonic standpoint or romantic. This person does not deserve to be in your presence. We have the truth is. I always win, just so you know. Oh, getting called out. I mean, we already knew this person was lying, right? They literally had the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the Seven of Swords, which both talk about dishonesty. But now we have the liar, liar card. Someone here is being dishonest. And round, cycle of high and low emotions with no resolve. So even though you've done what you can to control the narrative, it's still quite clear that this is a cycle of dishonesty. And then, oh, well, maybe that did happen. Maybe I was wrong about that. And that's why we have, I think, more than one person, but for sure this Queen of Cups, King of Swords, that's like, you know what? I don't think I need to continue to deal with this drama. I don't think I want to continue to be with this person. And then we do have this wanting it both ways. The partner, probably our King of Wands in the reverse, wants commitment and single life. So for many of you, it's a general reading, so keep in mind this may not be for you, this part. But this is saying somebody was trying to get this Queen of Cups to believe they wanted commitment while they were still pursuing other people or still entertaining, you know, folks on their roster. This is the Wild Unknown. What else do we have? Hello, Jim. Oh, that's hilarious. I love you guys. Hello, Jim. Me? Oh, definitely not. I haven't dyed my hair in so long. I haven't even cut my hair like a proper haircut in years. Yeah, no, this is very much so my natural hair color. So we have 10 of Wands. But if I could be a redhead, I would feel cool for being like Lucille Ball. Although I don't think she was a real redhead, right? But that's who I always think of. And the Two of Swords. So I feel like this is for the Queen of Cups, King of Swords, who feels like maybe, just maybe, they should forgive this person. And I think forgiveness is always a good idea. Not because everyone deserves forgiveness. Sometimes people are still doing the same stupid that they've been doing for a long time. But forgiveness is not for the person you are forgiving. Forgiveness is for you to let go of that burden, let go of that grudge. Don't waste your energy on people who don't deserve it, right? But that doesn't mean you always forget. That doesn't mean you invite people right back in to do the same thing, right? So we have the Tower. I think this is the end of a friendship or end of a relationship because we realize that somebody has been lying about, I think this is somebody who's saying they were not entertaining an ex, but they were. I think this is somebody who was still flirting or had no problem entertaining somebody, knowing that it was disrespectful to somebody they care about. Justice. For others of you, this could be somebody who didn't want to admit that they were pursuing the same person as a close friend of theirs. I love this card. This is Justice. So this secret coming out, obviously tied to justice, right? You thought you could fool everyone, but now you look like a fool. 9 of Wands in the reverse, Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, and the Magician. So someone underestimated the Queen of Cups, probably the King of Wands in the reverse, right? Somebody felt like they were very innocent, maybe a little bit naive. They'll believe everything I say. There's no way they would leave me unless they have like concrete information or something like that. Nope. This is not realizing that when the truth comes out, you lose not just like that close friendship or that person you were trying to date, but like the community starts seeing who this person really is. This is the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then I think we'll call it a day. Oh yeah, I agree, Jim. I don't really see any reason to cut it. Maybe I will someday. My grandma had a habit of wearing a wig. It was like a short wig. And underneath, she had like a coiled bun, like a bunch of hair. You just didn't know it. And I don't know. I guess that's kind of like, I don't think I'd ever wear a wig, but I just kind of feel like I'd be like my grandma, always having that long hair, right? She just, for whatever reason, she didn't let people see it. Be careful in what others or in what you tell others. There is guidance here that maybe it's best to keep your plans to yourself, especially since we're dealing with a retaliatory energy. If you've got plans to move, if you've got plans to start dating someone new, if you've got plans to, I don't know, change your number, whatever it is, just be very cautious about who you give access to that information, because don't feel like this King of Wands in the reverse has very good intentions. Persist and you will be more successful. And you have a very sympathetic nature. Your energy that you give to other people, the reason you've come out as the Queen of Cups is people love you. People think you're great. People see that you have a heart. You have done things to be kind, or you have done things that demonstrate that you really do understand somebody else's perspective. And that good energy is going to come back your way. You are loved by real people. I told you. Maybe a few fake people, but mostly real people. We have a marriage will take place soon. So, well, it could be good news. It could be medium news, but I feel like it's good because it's clarifying the persistent, you will be more successful, and you have a very sympathetic nature. So I feel like this is saying the Queen of Cups may already have somebody that's interested in them, or the Queen of Cups is not going to stay single for very long. Thank you, Peggy. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I love you all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for the likes and the subscribes, and I hope to see you on the next reading. Doodles.